Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Audio Inside Scoop. I have been saying it for a while, guys, that I wanted to start diving into party boxes, and what better time than now with the highly anticipated, just released Klipsch party boxes. If you guys are thinking about getting one of these guys for the holidays, you are in the right place. We're gonna start with the Vegas, which is the smallest in the line. Then next week, we're gonna move into the Miami. After that, we will either grab a New York or we'll start cracking the JBLs out of the box and see how they compare side by side. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys think and what you'd like to see first. Now, as for this guy, let's first and foremost go ahead and pull it out of the box so we can put eyes on the Klipsch Vegas. I am gonna have to move it down to the floor though. I don't think if I unbox on the table here, you guys are gonna be able to see it all. So let's move it down to the floor and we'll get unboxing. All right, so in the box we have our safety info, our power cable, we have our included wired mic, and lastly, of course, we have our Vegas. There it is, guys. It's the Klipsch Vegas. Now, first impressions, it looks and feels great. It seems to have a very sturdy build. I love the handle, so you can kind of pick it up and carry it wherever you go with ease. Before we dive in deeper though, let's take a look at some of the quick specs. First off, let's get price out of the way. MSRP on this guy is gonna be $379. As for size, we are coming in at 12.1 by 16.4 by 11.8 inches. And for weight, we have 13.8 pounds, which is pretty on par with the competition. Waterproof rating is IPX4, so splash resistant. Again, on par with most of these on the market today. This is not gonna give you the ability to submerge, but taking it to the beach, the pool, on a job site with a bit of rain, it should be just fine. As for battery, we show 12 hours of battery life with the lights off and 8 hours of battery life with the lights on. Lastly, we have Bluetooth here, which we are showing Bluetooth 5.2. Specs out of the way, let's do a top to bottom coverage of the speaker, including the buttons, the knobs, the ins, the outs, and everything that it does. Starting up top, we have the handle I was mentioning earlier. It is super sturdy and I love the inside grip. Between that and the knobs, we have a slot here for your phone or your tablet. Moving down, we have mic control knobs. We have volume, bass, and treble knobs. And over to the right here, we have an echo knob. Below that, we have our track forward and back buttons. Then we have our sound effect buttons, which include air horn, record skip, and applause. Now, I will admit here that I have a love-hate relationship with these buttons. They are fun to play with every once in a while, but please listen to me when I say don't tell your kids that these buttons exist, or it will never stop, I promise you. Moving down, we have the ultra bass button to give you a little bit more oomph when you need it. Our lights knob on the left here is going to change between light modes. Volume knob on the right here will control your volume. Then in the middle here, we have our source button to change between our active inputs. Our play pause button, our Bluetooth button, and our link button. Your Bluetooth button will be used for the initial connection, and the link button will be used for multi-speaker connection, which can be set up as a stereo pair or to link several compatible speakers. And finally, below that, we have our light button to select which lights you want active on the speaker. And lastly, here is our power button. Flipping around back, we can open our first flap here and reveal this panel. We have a guitar volume knob on the left, USB in the middle, which can be used to charge your phone or tablet or any device, I suppose. You can also plug in a thumb drive with audio files to play directly from the drive. And then we have mic gain on the right here. We have our aux in and out, which are both 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter, and then our guitar in and mic in, which are both 1/4 inch inputs. We do have a microphone included in the box as mentioned and shown earlier, but you can use any 1/4 inch mic here. Lastly, below that we have a flap that reveals our power input, which is a standard non-polarized cable, which is also included in the box as we saw earlier. Now, as for the rest of the box, we do have our front metal grille here, which feels like it could take a pretty decent beating. I'm not going to test this because I would prefer not to destroy it just yet, but it does feel pretty solid. We have our side panels, which I absolutely love. Check this out. When you fire up the speaker, not only do the front lights come on, but you have these side lights with the Klipsch logo. With your different light modes, you can also change this side light and make it do different things, but my favorite is going to be this kind of trace effect that it has here. I think I'm going to leave these on the rest of the video, but let's go ahead and throw something a little less crazy distracting on, like this color fader mode. Additionally, on the side we have some rubber feet so you can have the speaker upright or sideways. On the bottom, we also have these feet, but we'll also notice a hole here, which is for a pole mount. So you can actually mount these on speaker stands. Now, that is a lot, and I think I covered everything. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed something, or if you have any specific questions. I would be happy to answer those for you guys. As for apps and such, we do have the Klipsch Connect app here, which we can use to control volume, we can change the preset EQs, or we can create a custom EQ. You can also adjust the lighting from the app. Now, let's talk about drivers and power and frequency range. As for drivers, we have a 5¼ inch woofer and a 1-inch horn-loaded compression driver. Now, I put an emphasis on horn-loaded because that is Klipsch's DNA right there. And to take that one step further, they didn't just slap a horn in the box and call it a day. This new line of party speakers actually pulled in Klipsch's legendary principal engineer Roy Delgado to assist with the design and the tuning of these speakers. Roy worked directly with Paul Klipsch himself and is the man responsible for updating, maintaining, and essentially making Klipsch's heritage line what it is today. He is also responsible for the designing and implementing much of the Pro and Cinema lines that Klipsch has to offer today. So I say that to say this. This isn't just some drivers thrown into a box with a Klipsch logo slapped onto the side of it. This series is Klipsch through and through, and they are bringing their A game into this series, and I'm super excited to hear it and see how it stacks up against everything else on the market. One other note here before we get into sound though is the ports. We talked about the drivers, now let's talk about the ports. If you look closely, you can actually see that the ports are on the face of this product. And this is true in every product in this series. Now, why is this noteworthy? It's because most products in this segment have rear firing ports. This is great if you have the speaker in a corner or against a wall, but what about when we are in the woods or we're on the beach or basically outdoors at all? In theory, we're gonna lose a lot of our bass response with a rear ported design. Again, in theory, this should help keep that desired sound profile in any environment. Now, I say in theory, and I keep saying in theory because, well, I haven't listened yet. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna give these guys a listen and I'll be back soon with my thoughts. And I am back, and finally, and most importantly, how does it sound? Well, in one word, awesome. I feel like this is what I have been missing from my portables. It's full, it's rich, it's crisp highs, accurate, punchy lows. It sounds like a live performance on the go, kind of a pop-up concert in the park, if you want. As for volume, it can get pretty loud. In smaller rooms, I couldn't reach full volumes comfortably as it would start hurting my ears. While I would say that best sound is between the 75 and 85% listening range, I want to make a special note here of how impressed I was with the low volume listening. Even as low as 15 to 25% volumes, the lows were still present. I still heard a full range of sound. And as we increase the volume, this only improves. We definitely increased the fullness of the sound through the full volume range. We hear crisp, clear sound throughout until maybe the 90 or so % range, where if we really start pushing it, we will start to see it maxing out its capabilities. As always in these listenings, I am at stock EQ, and honestly, I didn't feel really the need to alter it at all. I did test out that bass boost button, and it is definitely noticeable, but not really overwhelming, which is nice. It's a nice little subtle boost, so I really like how that played out. I would say my previous predictions were correct about the front ported design. On one hand, we don't get much, if any, help in the lows by tossing it in a corner or against a wall, but on the other hand, we don't really seem to need it. Our sound is consistent wherever we go. Inside, outside, middle of the room, corner, wall, everywhere you go, it's consistent sound throughout. One note that I do have though is that the horn is rectangle, as you can kind of see by the outline of the lights there. This is going to change the dispersion pattern when it's on its side. So while it does have these feet on the side, I would recommend having it upright for a wider dispersion. With this only being 4 inches taller than it is wide, I don't really see this being a big deal to keep it upright on this particular model. That said, when we get into the Miami, the New York, this may be a more important note, as there will definitely be some scenarios where it would be more convenient to flop it on its side. Now, I did do some tests here and I didn't notice a huge difference. There is still side to side, up and down dispersion as well, so it's not a huge difference, but when you start getting into wider, larger rooms, maybe a gymnasium or something like that, it is going to narrow your listening field. Next, you guys seem to love the four-wheeler test, so I went ahead and I took it for a ride as well, and honestly, it went super well. So this guy is going to be more than enough output for all of your four-wheeler rides. All of the sound facing forward, hitting you directly in the face. I was able to go full speed on the four-wheeler and have no issues, not only hearing sound, but hearing good sound. Okay, so Synopsis. Now, I was really excited to hear this thing, and I definitely wasn't let down. It's very well-rounded, great sound from everything I threw at it, and it was more sound than you would ever expect out of such a small box. If you were on the fence about picking it up, don't be. The Klipsch Vegas does not disappoint in the least. That is all I'm gonna have for you on this guy today though, guys. Like I said before, next we're gonna dive into the Miami. If I got nothing else from this experience, it's that I'm even more excited to hear the Miami. It's this guy's big brother and it should blow us away. I have the highest expectations now for this guy, and I hope I'm not let down. After that, we're either gonna pick up the New York or we'll start jumping into the JBL boxes and see how they compare side by side with the Klipsch's. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see first. Hit that like and subscribe button below to be the first to know when new content releases. That's all I'm gonna have for you guys for now though. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again soon for another brand new episode of Audio Inside Scoop.